Spoilers are coming in about 5 seconds or so. So if you don't want spoilers, get the fuck up out of here. This was your spoiler warning. I might even be generous and give you another spoiler warning. Spoiler warning! Alright, so listen. Sora's dead. He's just fucking dead. Sora's dead. Where do we start with this? Sora's dead, and the biggest portion of this part is that Ava is not here. He specifically states, I told Ava what my plans were, and then she basically had her own mission. And since she's not here right now when he summoned everybody back, she's doing something else because she's completed her mission. So, fast forward to the secret ending. What this right here specifically is stating is, in my opinion, is that Sora, well, I can't even say Sora can see, but what I think this is trying to do is specifically visualize for us personally that, one, there is two different realities. Not even two, I mean, like I said, Dream Drop Distance plays a huge fucking portion into this because of the fact that, like, there was two versions of every world, this, that, and the third. So, like, I feel like that's going to play a huge portion because later on down the line, I feel like it's going to be kind of revealed that Sora is in the world that ends with you. Riku's in the Verum Rex realm. And what ultimately this is saying is that both of these worlds take place in the same world, but at two different, well, not at the same world. What it is, it's the same world, but they're different versions. So it's like Dream Drop Distance said, or not even Dream Drop Distance said, it was Young Xehanort was saying that every world has two versions of itself, and Dream Drop Distance was pretty much that being the concept of Sora being in one reality of a world and Riku being in another reality of a world up to like certain extents, blah blah blah, this and that. What I'm getting at is the concept of Sora is in one version of this world, I'll call it, and Riku's in the other. Now, the biggest differences are the world that ends with you and the Verum Rex world. These worlds are majorly different in a sense, but they both, I guess I will say, represent modern Japan at their respective, not even respective times, for what they were supposed to be. At this point in time, we gotta understand, Versus 13 was announced back in 2006, with The World Ends With You dropping in 2007. So you've got to assume that both the fact that, one, it's both Square Enix coming off the success of Chain of Memories for the Game Boy Advance, that they were pretty much taking some kind of thought processes from each other. You know what I mean? So it makes perfect sense that both of these games would be uniquely emitted in one world. The reason for that is because of the fact that these are two of the biggest worlds that probably are the most unexplored to Nomura's liking, I would say. Nomura had an entire dream built up into both of these games. And realistically, if we probably would have just given him the time and waited for him, these games probably would have came to their conclusion the way that they should have. However, now we are in the future. There is no more debating and thinking and hoping and praying. Right now, we have got all of these forged into one project right now. And this is where things get very fucking interesting. You have Sora in the world of The World That Ends With You. And you have the world of Verum Rex, which is looking like what Versus 13 Insomnia would have been. And you have Riku standing there, along with the main protagonist who looks a lot like who else other than Noctis Lucis Calum, the one and only. I just feel like there's too many things to signify what's going on here right now. Like, we have this understanding of what the world that ends with you is. It's the concept of Sora has basically killed himself to revive Kairi. That was the concept of why Kairi was crying and everything that goes on with that. The significance of Sora waking up was the concept of we are supposed to assume Sora is dead. So that he had woken up means that he is no other. And I mean, realistically, what really gives it away is like the building 104. And anybody that has looked into or played The World That Ends With You knows that 104 is that's a very significant building. Like, it's just, you're not going to pass that building without understanding that that's that building. So the fact that they showed it off in this secret ending specifically is very fucking important. Also, things to notice. Like I said, I feel like this is an alternate reality kind of thing as well. So I will say that this Varium Rex universe is a universe in which things are a little different than they would be in The World That Never Ends, per se. And I think this is ultimately a nod to the whole concept of how realistically Versus 13 was supposed to be. Versus 13 was supposed to be a big conflict between like fighting your sleep and then like being in reality and like what is really reality and what's going on, this, that, and the third. The World That Ends With You is a world that realistically is one of them you're kind of in purgatory. They don't have anywhere to go right now. And so the concept of the world ends with you is this is an area where if you can pass the test that you will, if you can pass the test and understand what everything is, then it's like you will be given a second chance at life. The reason that this is a major important key is because of the fact that, like I said, Sora killed himself. Everybody that ended up in The World That Ends With You was somebody that basically killed themselves. With that being said, the few things that I have to reference and the reasons why that I feel like these are two different realities, it's one, because of the concept of everything that happened in Dream Drop Distance. Two, everything that's being shown to me is showing me that these are the same exact worlds. When you look at the very end, the black hooded figure, which I'm going to go back to that because I have my own complete theory on that as well. But you see the black hooded figure doing the heart symbol towards the moon. But what it is in the background, and realistically you can catch a glance of the tower. It's a very specific fucking shot. Like, it's very hard to find. The shot is like really hard to get, and half the time you see it, it's really blurry. Every video I've seen, me personally, I'm not even going to try to attempt to get it, but every video I've seen so far of somebody trying to get it has just been a very blurry video. But essentially, it's supposed to be the building 104. Now, I've heard other people say that it's not the building 104, but it's a building very similar to it. Either way, that's just still referencing that these are the same exact worlds, just in different time periods, or again, alternate realities. Either way, what I'm going to say specifically is you can see the black hooded figure looking towards the moon, but in the distance you see the building in which the lead character to Varium Rex was standing on. So you can definitely assume that this black hooded figure, if not in Sora's reality as well, is definitely in Riku's. But ultimately speaking, who is this black hooded figure? I've seen so many posts saying something about the concept of this being the Master of Masters, and I mean, realistically, even Nomura himself. I mean, I can completely assume like Nomura would be the ultimate bad guy / good guy. I'm all for that. Yes, let's do that. But realistically, Who do I assume this black hooded figure is? I'm clearly assuming that it's Ava. The reason for it is, one, in the epilogue, who is the only person that didn't show. Two, there was completely a reason for her not being there. She had completed her mission. Her mission was probably to bring Riku and Sora to this world. Why? Because they probably have another end goal. The Master of Masters told Ava to make sure she got 5 specific people that would be chosen to lead the light. This is all part of a game plan to the Master of Masters. So what we're assuming is that Ava is the black hooded figure in this realm as of right now. This is all what I'm assuming is going to be DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. What does this lead up to? This leads up to the concept of what Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be. Kingdom Hearts 4. 7 Deadly Sins. Dun dun dun. Okay. Not necessarily the 7 Deadly Sins, but they're really just the 7 Deadly Sins. If you watch the epilogue, everybody is named, and everybody's name is in Latin. Everybody's name essentially translate into one of the sins. And realistically, that's just kind of telling me that, yeah, we're going to be fighting the 7 Deadly Sins pretty soon. What I will say on another note is this concept. We probably will see the revival as Xehanort and Eraqus. However, things will be a little different, with Xehanort playing the role of Riku to Eraqus. Ultimately, Xehanort and Eraqus will be revived, and Xehanort will be a good guy. And everybody is going to be very fucking confused at first, and everybody's going to be like, how? If you watch the actual ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, I think it's very, very obvious of, like, what's going to go on right there. Like I said, the world that ends with you is a place of second chances. Eraqus had so many regrets. Xehanort, not that I can say he had many regrets, but realistically, what bigger fucking comeback does Xehanort have right now other than the fact that, let's go old friend? Like, to me personally, let's go old friend, and then the fact that the scene after that is them two as kids again, like, that's just showing me the concept of that everything is going to be, Sora's about to go get them from out of the actual, the world that ends with you. Like, that's what I'm feeling like that.